this is a breakdown on how I used the best AI study tool, NotebookLM, to help me study. So to begin with, what is NotebookLM? NotebookLM is a platform made by Google specifically for research, studying, and learning. What is its main feature? So you upload your notes from university or high school and it writes you an overview. You can also generate PowerPoint slides, video overviews, audio overviews, the quizzes, flashcards, mind maps, and even infographics. And also you could also use it as a normal chat looking at resources you have. So the sources I uploaded here are PDFs of lessons on data networks. And if you like, you can even have a lot more sources. So you could include links in here, videos also, specifically YouTube. You could even write in here a prompt and then it could actually look for you sources on what you're actually working on. Right now we are looking up the application layer data networks. Then it will research websites. We actually have a list here and you can actually look at them all right there, and you can actually select which one you would like and which one you wouldn't like. So I want actually all of them, so I can hit import. So they'll all be imported. Then you can also select which ones will be active and which ones won't actually be active. So for instance, I want to remove lesson number 4. Now in the middle we have chat. So essentially here we have an overview of our 12 sources which we had actually selected, and it's right here. And we could actually have an interaction here with the AI model and ask a few questions and have responses. For instance, one of the questions I've written right here is, what is the definition of application layer and what other layers are before and after it? And we received a detailed response. And the benefit of the responses we have here is that they are narrowed down specifically towards the notes and also the sources that we have. So for instance, if your lecturer is more keen on marking what he wants, you could actually use this as you upload his notes and everything, and then you could use the definitions which he would like in exams. Now the part which is more fun and you guys like a lot is studio. Right here, you could generate video overviews, audio overviews, and even a pitch deck. So essentially that is a PowerPoint slide. We have also infographics, a quiz, and also flashcards, reports, and a data table. Lastly, a mind map. Now, let me actually show you each of them individually, as I've already generated them. As when you are generating them, it can actually take you at least a minute long, so you should actually wait for it. It's actually working. Number one, we can look at the flashcards, which I generated using one source. And essentially the flashcards is, you have a question on one side and behind you have the answer, and you can read it out and then you could actually see the answer. And if you had mentioned the answer beforehand, you could hit in the green and you have it right. So for instance here, oh okay, so wrong. Then you could look ahead and also behind, and you could repeat also the questions and do it again and help you actually. Next up, we will be looking at the PowerPoint slides that it had actually made, and what I can say is that this is actually impressive. What I've actually noticed that is the differentiator from the rest of the AI models is the diagrams and visuals. These are very enticing and they can help you actually grasp the concepts easier than without these, and it makes it a lot more fun to actually look at and present with. One other thing I've noticed is that it hardly makes mistakes in the vocabulary and also the spelling, and no information is actually lost, which is impressive. From there we can look at a mind map that it actually made for us, and we can see right here. Now this was made using one source, and we would also make another one using the 11 sources we have. Now with that, you can also expand each node and actually see what each node has, and if you reach the dead end, you could actually press it and actually have it make a query and explain it more. So for instance, we can look at DNS and we could actually select one of these. For instance, we selected the first one and it would bring us into the chat and it would make it explain for us a lot more, and we could actually have more understanding. And also it uses the sources that we had provided once more again. This is the explanation, and it is a lot more detailed, and it also references on each of the sections what was the source used. So if you actually hover over it, you could actually receive a more detailed explanation, whether it was from a PDF you had uploaded, a website it had read from also. So there is also that, as you can see, like right here. Next up, we'll be looking at a video it had actually made, and this video is spectacular. Listen.
We all use the internet every single day, right? We're browsing websites, watching videos, shopping. But have you ever stopped to think about what's happening under the hood? There's this invisible conversation set so that all these different programs can actually talk to each other. And our star player, HTTP, to make sure the connection is solid. Think of it like a certified mail service. It guarantees the message gets there without getting lost. And second, and this is a big one, HTTP is so and clunky that would be on a modern website. It's just so inefficient. From that basic back and forth, our entire...
That was actually amazing. The visuals on point, and also the voice is amazing, and it's actually in line with the visual. So you could actually use this if you are more of a visual learner. Now let us look at infographics. So essentially an infographic is an image which holds a lot of information, and you could learn from it a lot more than looking at a lot of resources. So it's a lot of information in one image. This is actually beautiful. This is beautiful. Application layer, and mind you, this was only with one source, and I'll also show you how it looks like with 11 sources. Okay, we can see here there are the status codes, there are the protocol mapping and transport services, handshakes, and all these. And you could actually download this if you would like. You actually press right here, and you can actually have this on your own local machine. Now this is the one it made with 11 sources, and this one is actually also amazing, and I like it. Well, the other one had a lot more information, yeah, but here we're using a lot of sources though. And you could see that the diagrams, as I said, are always the best because it's using Nano Banana Pro under the hood. You can see here physical, data link layer, network, transport, and all of this right here. We also have here gRPC, REST, WebSockets, and these are all that we had in there. You could also make a quiz, so let us look at the quiz right here. Okay, so which of the following serves as the unique identifier for a specific process running on a host, allowing it to send and receive messages? You could actually look at also a hint if you'd like. Let's see. Consider interface. Let's see. I would say an Ethernet frame. Oh, wrong. It was a socket. All right. You can hit next, and then you could also answer the next questions. So for instance, if you answer it right, it makes it like that. And if you would also like an explanation, you could also hit here explain, and you could receive a larger explanation again. So this is what we have with a quiz. You could also make a data table, for instance, right here, where we'd asked for the HTTP status codes right here and their meanings. And it also always references the source where it found this information from right there. One more thing is the audio overviews. So for instance, right here, you could actually select it, and then you could actually play it. If it's not actually working, you could actually hit here, and then you could actually download it and run it in your own machine. For instance, I have it right here.
This is the brief on the application layer. Now, while the internet might seem like this invisible web of cables and routers, the application layer is the familiar part you actually interact with on your screens every single day. First, let's talk about the core concept. These apps can't just shout at each other, right? They need a shared set of rules called protocols.
That was actually amazing. So it can actually explain it at whatever level you are, and you could actually write a prompt so that you could have your different levels of explanation. If you want it a lot more technical, you could have that, and if you are a beginner, you could also have that. And if you are in a rush writing an assignment in the morning and you are doing an academic comeback, you could also write it, and it could help you explain it in 1 minute. What I want you to do down below is comment the domain you are in, whether it's logistics, accounting, business management, science, or computer science, and let me know what you'll be using this for, whether it's a report, an assignment, or just for regular studying.